Let's get it, Fortnite gamers. Time to troll another server with the B-Hop. Unless there's another B-Hop kid. Please, no.
No!
Oh my god. No. I push you away with the power of Christ. Yeah.
No, it's because he was slow, because I was running around. He always killed me. He was a fucking beast! Oh! It's not. Despawn. No, he's not. Oh, never mind. They used to despawn when they camped you from a older version. It's like they despawn after a specific amount of time. Even though Bunga was there.
I don't know why they camp at the door. It's lame.
AI.
You can't go anywhere. You're just kind of stuck. Okay. Oh, he left.
Campy.
Average Fortnite push camper.
The door
There's a
closed.
cell.
No, he's not there. And when someone walks out, just be like, "The no, the door." Busted the door open. I want beans.
That's good right now.
Okay, close the door.
I didn't do it. No, I thought I was gonna make it.
He got clapped. Alright, we're good.
Bro, why you let your dogs out?
Hit switch and make. I'll tell you.
What is that? You got your fucking dogs out, yo? Holy cow! You look sick, bro. Oh my god!
That door is. Okay, open it. Close it. Woo! Dude, that was close. Someone next door.
Bro, why you got your dogs out? You got your dogs out, man. Holy crap. It's dogs.
Alright.
No, jeez.
Bro, get away from me when I speak. We know that. Sexy behemoth. Oh, shit.
Is someone coming?
No. I bet he's gonna. I have a sixth sense. I have a sixth.
No!
He's
Would be nothing
an
to
anime
it.
character. I don't care.
I'm sad.
Well, you said, dude, you can take a shortcut through the vents. You know where it is. Fine, get in here.
Okay. Okay, One Piece.
Out of pure anger.
Your name was One Piece, right?
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
his name,
yeah, I
right?
bet it is.
His name was One Piece. Oh, okay. I see why you did that.
Charlie's still there? Charlie's still there.
Okay, you should probably open the door.
Let me see if Charlie's here.
Alright.
Charlie's.
There was no
Charlie,
immediate
Charlie,
danger.
are you there?
There was no immediate danger.
Charlie, Charlie. What a false alarm, bro. Come on.
Fucking dad was chasing him. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You weren't lying. You weren't lying.
I wasn't.
Close the door.
You gotta make sure.
No.
Charlie got me.
You might have lost it.
I was
Charlie
in
did it.
off the map, mate. I was off the map.
Bro, why you got white hair?
Engineer.
No.
Because it's
Shotgun. Ah! No. Get out the door, you bush camper.
freaking dude. He's not even there.
Looks like the average Fortnite bush camper.
Oh my god.
Is this the guy from CSI? Or something?
No, it's the guy from TF2.
Oh, I thought it was from CSI.
Bro, this guy's stupid. I'm
Yeah,
gonna wear him out.
I'm gonna try to get him out. Hello.
Bro,
Ton of them.
my
there's
god.
so many of them. This isn't even funny anymore. I'm not laughing.
It's pretty funny. Just pray to Jesus that they'll go away.
Lord, have mercy on us. And I pray to you.
Hail
that
Mary,
these
Mother of
go-
God, Lord is with
That
thee.
these necks
Blessed art
go
thou
away.
amongst
In
women.
Jesus' name, amen.
Through thy womb, Jesus.
Did you flip the switch?
Nah, there's no point to it anyway.
Stupid jungler next spot. I hate you.
Charlie, we call him Charlie.
Charlie. Get out of here, Charlie.
He looks like a Charlie. Wait, he's probably still there. Okay, let's go now.
Let's go. Let's go.
Charlie.
Oh, finally. Let's go. We're gonna get the font go up.
No.
Oh,
You're kidding me.
Oh my gosh, now we're gonna stay here for like another 5 minutes.
You can try to get him out. I don't think it's gonna work.
No way. What's up?
My guy's an idiot. Well, I'm gonna try it out. You know what? I'm gonna risk it.
Jake, Tristan.
Good work. Good work.
Oh, he's not leaving. I'll take him out. Bro, can you leave? Alright, we trapped him. Let's go. There's already next one back there.
No.
Don't go and fucking pinhead now. What the hell?
They think you're the main character.
This is three.
Why are they all here?
No. They thought they were the main character.
No,
They were definitely not the main character.
No.
Hey, sacrifice.
No, bro.
Don't go out there! Oh my
Bro.
gosh. Okay,
Is it still light?
No.
What now? What now?
You all stop bringing them over here.
Alright, fine.
Following me. Oh.
Not again!
Contagious
Is
disease.
someone spending Roblox every time they do it?
You're running contagious disease and running.
Everybody just does it for you. These guys are easy. These guys are kind of...
Find the canister. It's not bad.
Oh,
They're just zombies.
Where are we
They
going?
use like... It's like the COD zombies.
There's so many of them, bro.
Damn.
They're fast.
Sam.
Bro thinks he's Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
How do you check the canister?
I don't know.
Set me their soul. Oh my god. Yo, what a sacrifice.
Did you see that? Did you see that? They're all just getting trapped. I trapped them all.
Do not open that door.
Gas release.
my god! Oh, okay. Oh, not me. Hey! Oh, you. Oh, no. Oh, really? Got them.
open.
Oh my god. Bro, don't open that door. Don't
Oh,
Run, 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 run. No. Oh, lucky.
Bruh. Oh my god. Germa, oh my god.
Oh my god. It's the Among Us man.
Oh my god.
I want to speak to your manager.
They're gonna possibly take like 10 hours.
I need points, bro. I need them. It was kind of worth it. Yo, I have enough. Close the door, close the door.
Close the door, close the door. Oh, damn. Ooh.
You're right here.
Why did I get peed on? Why did I get peed?
Why would you do that? Close the door.
Hey, dog.
Come on, beans. Are you still here? Hey.
Yeah, it's just a One Piece. Guys, it's Luffy.
Taiwan Piece. Taiwan Piece is real.
The One Piece is real.
Pull over to Luffy.
That is lucky. That is lucky. Can we get much higher? So high.
One Piece.
Roblox.
1K points. I hope I don't lose them. That'll be too much.
Can we get much higher?
He's just standing there. Medicine.
Menacingly. How is no next
Jesus.
spot like come over here?
Like, why is there no network coming over? I'm gonna go
Ugh. Wait, don't lead him. Don't lead him. Don't lead them over here. See how long this lasts.
There's no net spawn. It's the One Piece. The One Piece is real. Just standing there. Just no, he's just standing there, literally. He's not moving at all. What did he got? He's just
Yo,
standing.
dude, it's a slip and slide. Oh.
Bro, what the? What the hell? Why did someone DM me? Post.
Movies.
There's more. Oh.
The One Piece is real.
He watches his life and turn into a better person. Yeah, he's just becoming a warrior. Like, oh, wait, never mind.
That's literally me.
Okay.
What is this? The one Why did people DM me the financial ready door? Not Markiplier. Wait, it's Markiplier.
Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that.
Why is the friendly door? Well, people said be the Five Nights at Freddy door, not gonna lie. I don't even know what it is. I don't play Friday Nights at Freddy's in a long time though. Why are there 87?
I'll check what's going on. Okay, I'll check it.
Okay. Why is
I got
I'm
clapped.
so sorry.
Close the door. Close the door.
Hey, we're fine. We're fine. Get on the point, maggot. Alright, we're good.
Wait, action. Wait.
Bless you, bro.
Thank you.
This been trip.
No, I'm stuck.
Yo, I have a really rare heart disease. I'm gonna die. How'd you get stuck in there?
Help, I'm stuck in the wall.
Huh.
Oh
Run
my
again.
god.
Up.
Oh
Wait,
no.
it's different.
Oh no. Get
Give
in.
me up.
It's
Give
this
me
guy.
up.
No, wait, we need to find
It's that one
Munchie.
guy.
I'm not just gonna munch you. I'm not just gonna munch you. Alright, where's Munchie? Yeah, we're gonna find him.
Yes.
Alright, let's go find
We
him.
have to find Munchie. We're gonna find Munchie, alright?
Guys, I'm scared.
Don't be
Don't be
scared.
scared.
Munchie's
It's not that bad.
Munchie's not that bad.
He's not
Alright,
bad.
Let's
on.
go
Let me check
upstairs.
out
Let's go
here.
upstairs. Let's go upstairs.
Check down.
Let's go upstairs. You down there?
No, oh wait.
Alright, let's go
You found
let's
it?
go upstairs. Let's go upstairs.
The way of where I got it up.
It's
What's room?
upstairs.
Is it upstairs?
Upstairs?
Upstairs.
Let's go in the club. Let's go in the club. I hear him. I hear him.
Run, run. No, 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 no. No.
I saw him. Wait, I think he's stuck. He's stuck.
Oh, he's stuck.
Look, come here. He's stuck. He's stuck.
Oh,
Okay, go, go, go!
go, go, go. No! Go, 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 go.
Oh my god!
Go, 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 go.
He's right there. He's upstairs.
He's upstairs.
Oh,
up
okay,
there.
of course.
I'm scared.
Nah, Munchie's fine.
No, someone needs to fireball. Run! Crap! The door's locked! The door's locked! The door's locked!
No, no, no.
Ah! Come here! No!
Oh damn.
Let us go.
Oh damn.
I locked him out. We're good. We're good. Coming though?
Just to get.
I'm gonna go.
That's so close. Oh my god. That's it, come back. Okay, and you're done.
Oh,
Bye.
loser.
That was
The
fun.
hoochie hair.
Wasn't it?
The hoochie hair.
Don't you think that was fun?
Never opposite you, off with the man that you wearing the seat. Trying to see you in Atlantic Coast, take off and compose. Take you down, you focus. Drop you, down the slow lay down with the long back there. See to me, put the kids there. You take me there, so mind and it just gets there. So beautiful and so damn rare. Look at this agreeable to life, unforgettable.
Oh.
God. I'm bussing.
Why you close the door?
Hey, yo!
Fuck. Oh my god.
Shut up, bro.
You okay?
Shut up.
You why?
Hey. Hey.
Shut up.
Hey.
Shut up.
Hey.
Shut
Hey.
up.
Hey. Play that shit one more time. Hey.
Sit back.
Man, shut up.
Hey. Oh.
Oh, that ain't good. That
Hey,
ain't good.
close the
That ain't
door.
good. That ain't
Oh my
good. That ain't
god,
good.
Germa! Oh!
Look at this. Oh shit!
I'm killing you.
can't see. How to do that? Your mirror fractal has resonate with the moon. Look around there. The fifth fast was the best to enable. It removes all the textures. You know, the deer doesn't glow that much. Blue is very obvious to see. Ooh. Buddha's on. Light. Not bad.
Son of a
Glitch.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Long regarded as one of the best entries in the franchise, Sonic 2 still doesn't get off lightly where glitches are concerned. Not even close. In Emerald Hill Zone Act 2, you can get inside this wall at the bottom of these double loops. Simply spin dash and time a jump correctly to get inside like this. As usual, tapping right on the D-pad inside walls shoots you left and vice versa. In this case, you get fired left, around the double loops, and then dropped off this bridge. Or this even quicker death where you fall through the ground. There's a hidden part of this zone where if you jump out of the tunnel at a certain angle, you get clipped back inside the solid wall, which usually closes off behind you. But since you're still inside the tunnel, you get stuck like this. We're gonna be here a while, huh? In Chemical Plant Zone Act 1, get hit by one of the Spiney's projectiles and knocked into the tube. Because of the way you entered the tube, Sonic's physics get broken, but as you move around the stage, Sonic will snap to the tube he should be traveling in, and you'll always end up here. In Act 2, there are these rising platforms that if you position yourself correctly and push against the higher one like this, Sonic will be pushed inside the wall. But you won't be going anywhere soon. Once inside the wall, Sonic will lose his rings and then lose a life. Everyone remembers this area in Act 2, but things just got a whole lot more deadly. If you jump up and against this moving block, it can push you inside the wall and then bring on the bad times, as this is literally a dead end. With nowhere to go, you'll just have to wait and drown. Well, that's 2 lives lost in one act. It's a good job the lives underflow glitch from the first Sonic the Hedgehog is present in Sonic 2. Come down to this hidden area and then just wait for Sonic's air meter to reach the end of 1, and then jump into the spikes, making sure you have rings. Sonic will lose his rings, then drown, effectively losing a life, and then you'll be told it's game over. But nope, just kidding. Sonic's lives get glitched out, and now we have 255 lives to play with. If you collect another extra life, the life count will be 0, but really it's 256 lives and counting. In trying to go for this glitch, I also managed to mess up the sprites that say game over, so yeah, there's that. It doesn't make any sense. Moving on to Aquatic Ruin now, and in Act 1 you'll see this grounder at the top of the ramp that never seems to hurt you. This is because, for some reason, if Sonic touches an enemy while he's in a section of the level that's obscured by leaves, no collision will occur. Something strange happens if you wait in this pool of water by the grounder. When you're just about to drown, get hit and lose your rings, and Sonic will drown, but you'll be in control for a brief second, but then this craziness will occur. That face, it says it all. At the start of Act 2, there are these swinging platforms, and if you stand in the middle of the second one, as it falls to the right, Sonic will be placed inside the wall. Hold left at the correct point and Sonic will be zipped across the screen. This is just another example of a zip, but sadly, zips aren't as useful in Sonic 2 as they are in the original. Some of the loops in this zone have some weird physics at the top underside, like here, Sonic can run upside down. In Aquatic Ruin's fight against Robotnik, a weird glitch happens when you land the final hit on the first frame of animation when he's using his hammer. Instead of exploding like he normally would, he just shoots backwards, ending the boss. Also, Tails is doing something weird. Tails walking on the air like this isn't related to the Robotnik glitch and simply happens when the totems either side of the screen start moving downwards, and the game doesn't compensate for this with Tails. In Casino Night Zone Act 1, there's a ramp that you can get fired into with a bumper. Hold left briefly and you'll be put inside the ramp. From here you can stop inside this wall by holding left, and if you press left again you'll be once again fired out of the wall. This one actually sends you pretty far out, going through walls that haven't loaded yet till the screen catches up. This next one is fun. In Act 1 you can find an invincibility box and then head over to the left to find the bumpers and this set of spikes. Stand on top of them and then hold down on the D-pad to crouch. When the invincibility wears off, Sonic will take damage and land on the bumpers to the right, and he'll be bouncing around while still crouching down. Take damage again and now Sonic will bounce around while standing. My favourite part is when he starts his waiting idle animation and now gets bounced around while lying down. I see you looking at me bouncing around. What, you ain't never seen a hedgehog just lying around? Bouncing? Also, Tails is doing something weird. Again. There are times in Casino Night Zone where Tails just gets a bit freaky, sliding around along the floor with that vacant look in his eyes. Knock it off, Tails, it's not cool, seriously. I don't even know what he's doing. Casino Night Zone is the only zone where you can earn the maximum amount of rings available, 999. To win big at the slots, hold down the A button when you enter them, and 9 times out of 10 you'll get 3 matching symbols. Because no zone in the game has more than 300 rings in any given act, winning over 300 rings won't give you an extra life like it should. Apparently that didn't stop me getting more rings though. I think this may have started something unhealthy. Over to Hilltop Zone now, and in Act 1, if you ride this platform down and then step off the edge at the right time, it'll fall down and take you through the lava. Hold left on the D-pad at the correct point in the drop and you'll be pushed through the wall to a later part of the act. Directly after where this glitch drops you is the part of the act with the cave that tries to crush you. Go to the edge of the lava and then head back in the other direction. When you stand on this section of the floor and the ground rises up, Sonic won't be squashed, but when you press right, you'll be ejected out of the wall and then stuck in this area. The floor never drops back down again, even though the rumbling effect is still going on. In Act 2, riding this platform without jumping when it falls results in Sonic falling to his death instead of being caught by the ramp below. There's a ring box that if you roll halfway into it without it breaking, then hold down and charge up a spin dash, you'll go right through it and be inside the wall. Then simply spin dash to the right to get fired out of the wall again. Also in Act 2 is this room where if you drop to the bottom, land on the rising platform, then immediately take out the Rexon next to it, the game will crash. Conflicts in the game's code cause it to jump to a section of code it's never meant to, which results in invalid opcodes being processed and an eventual crash. In Mystic Cave Zone Act 1 is this swinging platform which will put you inside the wall, and pressing left or right will fire you in the opposite direction. Or in Act 2 you can spin dash under these crates to end up inside the floor, press left when you get pushed over here and you'll zip off the screen. Some jumps here and there will get you further away. At the start of Act 2 you can stand on these spikes and use them as a platform to get yourself pushed up into an area above. In Oil Ocean Zone, if you take damage and land inside one of the cannons like this, Sonic's physics will be altered and he moves much faster. Not only that, Sonic's behavior on slopes and level platforms alike is completely broken. Sonic maintains the angle of the last slope he interacted with, which means most of the time Sonic will run in mid-air. You can use this slope glitch to go up walls using an elevated angle like this, but it'll take a while as in this instance Sonic is moving upwards in small increments. When you finally reach the top, you can backtrack to the long oil slides and Sonic gets a little stuck like this, just sliding back and forth on the spot and in mid-air. You can finish the stage like this by making your way up to this platform and then going off to the right, jumping up here and then continuing right past the signpost, only you're way up in the air and Sonic will have to come all the way back down again. The effects of the slope glitch stop when you interact with spikes, crumbling floors, green platforms and sometimes monitors, but Sonic will still move the same. This is such a fun glitch to mess around with. I managed to get Sonic upside down and doing this along the ground. I think I may have broken Sonic. In Act 2 you can use the fourth green platform in this area to get up here and take damage from the spikes to land inside the cannon. Once again, Sonic's entered the slope glitch state, so we now need to make our way up here and then get inside this cannon and fire ourselves to this section of Act 2. From here we want to head left and to this ramp with the bumper that we have to push. Once you release it, the bumper will push you through the ramp and then you just have to press right. Sonic will be zipped off the screen at such speed that he's actually at the end of the stage and the camera has to catch up to him. This is called a horizontal underflow glitch or a level wrap, which happens when Sonic goes beyond the very first pixel in a stage. A level wrap can also be done in Metropolis Zone Act 2. At the beginning of the stage, head to this area and then take damage to land on the platforms that fall beneath the lava. As it drops down to this point, jump to the right to land inside the wall and then jump holding right, then immediately hold left to go through another wall and fall down to these spikes. Sonic should then be standing on the spikes, so now just tap right on the D-pad and watch the magic happen. Once again, you'll end up at the end of the stage. In Act 3 you can do the same kind of glitch, but the way you do it is more precise. At the start of the stage, go to this platform and stand part way onto it and then slowly move back off it to the left. There's one frame positioning Sonic like this. If you tap right, he'll shoot left off the screen and zip to the boss at the end of the stage. This trick is very precise, but once you know what to do, it's a tiny bit easier and a huge time saver. Wing Fortress Zone has another use of the slope glitch which you can activate by spin dashing on the second to last zip line before you fight Robotnik. If Sonic balances like this, you know you've got the glitch. Head for Robotnik and you'll see Sonic is once again running in mid-air or maintaining the angle of the slope he was last on. Using this, we can actually get inside the floor of this section. Get Sonic to run at this angle till he meets the floor and then keep tapping left, which moves Sonic right. Keep tapping left until you reach the boss and then make quick taps left or right until Sonic's feet are flat again. This will allow you to hold down and charge a spin dash to attack the boss. All the sprites for the boss are messed up because they aren't loaded correctly due to how you entered the area. Once the boss is destroyed, hold left to get sent right and you'll arrive outside. Wait for the Wing Fortress music to begin playing again and then you can jump down, but this has to be done in a certain way. If Sonic's feet don't touch the ground like they should, the game essentially soft locks. Like here, the cutscene is triggered but only the sky is doing anything and this just keeps going and the Death Egg Zone will never load. What you want to do is when you end up outside, try to get Sonic to stand up from being in a ball by moving right and then moving left again. Now when you jump, Sonic will land firmly on the ground. Well, I say firmly, what I mean is that he'll still be balancing because the slope glitch is still in effect. And because it's still active, this happens. Oh dear God. I'm just gonna let that one sit there a second. This happens because Sonic is currently in his balancing animation, but the cutscene has Sonic standing still, and since the game doesn't have a sprite for Sonic standing still and balancing at the same time, it just does that. Using the slope glitch, you can also get out of bounds and run off to the right, where you'll see old Eggman himself just kicking back in his spaceship. If you continue running right, Sonic will leave the screen completely. If you wait till the timer reaches 9 minutes and 15 seconds, then jump down and begin the cutscene, by the time you're about to reach the Death Egg Zone, the timer will run out. This puts you back at the last checkpoint you touched, which is most likely this one before the boss at Wing Fortress. But the cutscene is still in effect and the sky background sprites continue scrolling vertically. During the Metal Sonic fight in Death Egg Zone, if you get the final hit at a very specific frame as he's about to curl up into a ball, this will happen and the game will softlock, the worst time for it to happen at the end of the game. Something just as annoying happens when you finish a stage as Super Sonic with 50 or more rings. If you jump up in the air while still on screen, Sonic will try to turn into Super Sonic as the stage ends and then return to normal as intended, but he'll be stuck in the air and that's a reset right there. This only softlocks the game if Sonic is on screen though, as when Sonic is off screen to the right, the stage ending transition occurs normally. If you have all the emeralds on Super Sonic, head to the title screen, select options and start a 2-player versus mode. In 2-player mode, it's possible for Sonic to transform into Super Sonic, although his sprites are glitched out except for a few where he uses a spring or any other sprite that Sonic and Super Sonic both share. Okay, let's move on to some debug mode glitches. To activate debug mode in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, access the level select screen and in the sound test play the numbers 19921124. When you hear the ring sound, that means debug mode has been enabled. In Emerald Hill Zone, if you cycle through the sprites till you reach the one after the 4 rings, this is the large waterfall sprite tile. With this selected, move around quickly and then sporadically start placing them, and this should alter Sonic's color palette to green and black. It isn't just Sonic's palette that's affected though, many other sprites have black replaced by a light blue color. In Chemical Plant Zone, if you place a spring above a moving platform like this, the game will try to crush Sonic while using the spring, meaning you can see Sonic's death sprite even though he doesn't lose a life. Anytime you use a teleportation monitor in a single player stage, it's bound to have some weird results, usually involving the backgrounds and layouts, but sometimes with Sonic and Tails. For instance, using a teleportation box to switch places with Tails once he's drowned causes Sonic to die instead, but he'll get stuck like this until he actually drowns. Well, this is awkward. Ah, there he goes. Placing an animal capsule sprite and then using it in a stage ends that level, but when you place 6 of them in Metropolis Zone Act 3 and then release them all, the game misses Sky Chase Zone and goes straight to Wing Fortress. Also, I managed to turn Sonic invisible. When you place a capsule in Sky Chase Zone and release it, Tails' plane gets all kinds of messed up. Even the plane is like, what? When you do this in Wing Fortress, the stage end just says Sonic got through zone, because Wing Fortress doesn't have a definitive ending with a signpost, so you'd never usually see this. After the boss in Wing Fortress, if you create 50 rings and then jump down below to trigger the cutscene, you can once again mess with Super Sonic's sprites or jump around on top of the tornado's wings. When the final fight is over and Sonic makes a break for the exit, use debug mode to stop him in his tracks and then place him back into the stage again. And now you have some epic explosions following you everywhere you go. This isn't really a glitch, it's just a fun thing to do. If you use the debug mode at the start of Death Egg to get inside the floor and then press left for a brief second, then hold right, sometimes through trial and error you can get the screen to wrap and you'll end up in space. Now if you place Sonic back in the stage, you can have the Metal Sonic fight in space. But it gets even crazier as this glitch has an effect on Robotnik's mech. You'll end up fighting multiple copies of the final boss for some reason, although some parts of the sprite tiles are missing. He kinda looks like he's only got one leg. You can even use debug mode to mess with the ending cutscene, where you still have some control and you can place items, but when it came time for the final part, the game just went blank on me. I think I may have messed around with it a bit too much. Anyway, that's Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and there are plenty of awesome glitches and fun stuff for you guys to mess around with. And if you like this episode, hit that like button. Son of a glitch. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. The biggest game of the Sonic classics also has some of the most interesting glitches. Oh dear lord, does it have glitches. So without further ado, let's get into it. During the intro to Angel Island zone, it's possible to have Tails airlift Sonic while Knuckles is grabbing the emeralds. With player 2 controlling Tails, grab Sonic and move to the right as Knuckles is running off. Now there are various glitchy results you can achieve by having Sonic move into the zone early, like sprites not loading quickly enough so the background and the level objects become glitched. Or if the zone's titles appear at a certain point not intended, they'll use sprites from the intro still loaded in memory. We can see sprite tiles of Tails' tornado plane instead of actual letters. Some effects of this early movement are more pronounced. If you jump from Tails around here and then carry on moving through the zone, many of the sprites will be loaded incorrectly, with glitched out sprites instead. Well, it's not that bad, really. Never mind. Once Angel Island gets torched, the game loads in new sprites and the glitch is corrected. Sonic and Knuckles both have different second acts in Angel Island, with neither able to enter the other's sections. Well, not through conventional means anyway. However, Sonic can get into Knuckles' section using Tails. But first, we have to enter a giant ring or a bonus stage. This will cancel a screen lock, preventing us from returning back to the first act. Once we re-enter Act 1, stand on these spikes coming out of the wall and look up to pan the camera. Now use Tails to airlift Sonic up slightly, enough that the spikes are no longer on screen, and then lower Sonic down. Sprite objects like spikes don't exist while off screen, and when the spikes appear on screen again, they push Sonic into the wall. Now we need to wait for Tails to rejoin us, and then he can airlift us high enough to reach a solid floor within the wall. Then we can simply jump down and land in Knuckles' section of Act 2. Well, kinda. Since we're not meant to be here, the lower section is cut off, preventing us from going any further, and we lose a life. Knuckles can enter Sonic's Act 2 in his super forms, although to do this we yet again need to have entered a bonus stage and then backtrack to Act 1. By climbing this wall and jumping at a certain point, Knuckles in his super form will have the speed to land on these spikes and carry on to Sonic's Act 2. If you do this without having already entered Act 2 and a bonus stage, the boss will trigger but in Knuckles' section, and you'll be stuck here unable to attack. Once Knuckles is in Sonic's Act 2, the water present in Sonic's version will be gone. Besides that, the stage is the same, until you reach the part of the act with the airship. No airship will load as that's not part of Knuckles' stage. You can run through to the other side, but there's a screen lock preventing you from going on to fight Sonic's Act 2 boss. And seeing as the tunnel you emerge from is blocked off once you leave it, you're stuck. Now that we mention that tunnel, if you stand an exact distance away and spin dash once, it's possible that Sonic can get pushed backwards out of the tunnel when halfway through it. Getting sent back like this has a glitched effect on the rest of the zone. When you reach a certain point in the tunnel, the game loads the next section, in this case the airship. So now if you look carefully, you'll see sprites from the airship on the walls and even the enemies. Just look at this guy. Here's a funny thing you can do at the end of Act 2. You'll need a lightning shield for this, and then break open the animal capsule as close to the right of the screen as you can. Once Knuckles blows the bridge, jump once to get some height and then once again to double jump to land on top of the capsule. Now it's possible to double jump over an invisible wall that prevents you from reaching Knuckles and stand right next to him. Aha! I think we need to have words about that bridge stunt you just pulled. Onto Hydro City now, and as Sonic, spin dash in front of the button at the start of the zone and then have Tails jump on it. Sonic will be carried through the tunnel while still spin dashing, and if you continue holding down on the D-pad, when you get shot out of the other end, Sonic will land and freeze like this. Letting go of down on the D-pad will release the spin dash and continue as normal. Using Tails to airlift Sonic, it's possible to go over the top of these walls, preventing you from backtracking to the start of the first act. When you get back to the beginning of Act 1, the tiles underwater will be the wrong colour for some odd reason. Also, Sonic can get stuck on this wall as the tunnel tries to pull him in. Sonic will stay there until you press down on the D-pad and things return to normal. After the huge wall has stopped chasing Sonic at the beginning of Act 2, have Tails break down the walls and then stand about here to prevent new walls coming down. Now move Sonic right and then back to the left, and now the huge wall will be gone. Usually, new walls would cut off access to the beginning of the act, and the huge wall always unloads to save memory. It's not intended that you can backtrack like this, but this section is now available to explore, although it feels a bit emptier now. As Knuckles climb a wall under these moving platforms, and they push Knuckles down to the point where he's climbing in the air. If you're Super Sonic, during the Knuckles cutscene in Act 2, hold right on the D-pad the entire time, and then once the bridge collapses, make your way to the boss as quickly as possible. Because Super Sonic moves quicker than regular Sonic, it's possible to pass the boss before the screen locks and make it to the animal capsule, which isn't loaded correctly at first. Jumping on the switch to end the act as usual brings up the score, but then the cutscene that takes Sonic to Marble Garden never plays. You'll still be able to hear Robotnik in the background and Sonic is just waving his finger. Sonic knows what's up. If you do the same glitch but return to the boss fight, screen lock still won't happen and the animal capsule will unload. And you'll also be able to reach the very end of the zone, which is a huge drop into nothing. If Super Sonic gets sucked up by Robotnik's whirlpool, Sonic's sprite will be that of normal Sonic, but he'll be yellow and still invincible. Sonic will no longer lose rings but won't move as quickly or jump as high as Super Sonic. This is a Sonic 3 only glitch that was fixed in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And now for the first major glitch in the game. At the beginning of Act 2, hit the star post and then get crushed by the wall. Act 1 is still loaded and we need to lose a life to unload it and load Act 2 correctly for this next glitch to work. With the second act now loaded, we can do a horizontal underflow or level wrap, a glitch that will take us all the way to the end of Act 2 in seconds. The level wrap in Hydro City Zone Act 2 is performed like so. Spin dash and do a small jump and then hold down on the D-pad to roll towards the moving wall. Before you hit the wall, jump once again and then hold right on the D-pad. When Sonic reaches the rings, tap jump again and the wall will now push Sonic into the ground. Now just keep holding right until the screen reaches about this point here. As the screen keeps moving, tap left to face Sonic in that direction and then hold down and begin charging a spin dash for around 4 seconds. The screen will begin moving upwards and then lock at the boss to proceed as normal. To really explain what's happening, we need to look at how the game's camera works. In most stages, Sonic's position is tracked internally by X and Y coordinates, and the game calculates Sonic's distance from the top left corner of the zone map to determine where Sonic is within the stage. A level wrap occurs when Sonic bypasses the left edge of the screen. The game treats Sonic's X coordinate in memory as a number less than 0, but position coordinates are tracked as unsigned integers, so instead of a negative number, it's a very large positive number which correlates to the end of the stage. This requires some very specific circumstances depending on the stage. In Sonic 3 and Knuckles, a level wrap always puts Sonic to X coordinate 32767, even if the stage isn't that long. To fill out the remainder of the map, the level repeats itself, creating an area called the loopback, where no sprites exist but all the level geometry is still in place so Sonic can still maneuver around. However, if the camera locks on the boss room, as in this example, Sonic is automatically placed at the boss. Marble Garden has its own version of this kind of glitch known as a screen wrap. Level wraps are horizontal and screen wraps like this are vertical. And with this glitch, Marble Garden can be broken in so many ways. After the first drill machine lowers these platforms, hold down on the D-pad to pan the camera down. With the camera all the way at the bottom, let go of down on the D-pad and then immediately jump. The camera will now completely lose track of Sonic. Charge up a spin dash and then let it go, and a few seconds later tap left and jump at the same time. Move Sonic to the right to finally see him on screen, and now he'll be quite a way into the act. During this glitch, Sonic will be inside a wall, and pressing left will make the wall's collision eject Sonic in the opposite direction so he isn't stuck. A screen wrap is similar in concept to a level wrap, but uses vertical coordinates instead of horizontal. Some zones in the game are so tall that they exceed the amount of space available for the stage. In order to fit the whole stage, they wrap vertically infinitely. In stages that wrap vertically, like Marble Garden Zone, instead of using absolute values for vertical position, it uses values linked to the camera position. The top of the camera is position 0, and anything above it is negative. Since such position values are unsigned, that would read as a large positive number, which causes the screen to move downwards to that position to find Sonic. In the time it takes to scroll down, all sprite objects cease to exist until they're brought back on screen and characters can move into them. And this glitch can be performed a few times in Act 1 of Marble Garden to end up further than intended. In this section after the loop, crouch once again, but this time when the camera is panned all the way down, let go of the D-pad and then jump right. A second or two later, do 2 separate spin dashes in quick succession. Hopefully when the camera catches up to Sonic, he should be inside a yellow spring. Now spin dash yet again and then jump to the right after releasing it to end up inside the wall. Next hold left on the D-pad and eventually Sonic will end up on this slope, yet again skipping a lot of the stage. You don't have to wait too long to do the next screen wrap, which will really help break this zone. As before, pan the camera down and then jump to the right and keep hold of right on the D-pad for around 2 to 3 seconds and then switch to left on the D-pad, which you hold for just less than 3 seconds. This should place Sonic in Marble Garden's loopback area, which as explained earlier is the zone repeating on itself with no other object sprites loaded. It's in this loopback that we can do something really crazy. We're going to be facing the Act 2 boss in Act 1, but it's not quite as simple as that. Standing here, if we hold down on the D-pad, Sonic will end up inside the ground, and then we need to do a series of small spin dashes to get Sonic roughly in the center of the screen where, crazy as it sounds, Robotnik is waiting. After a few hits from the spin dashes, Robotnik will begin to move downwards, and here we need to remain in a spin dash to get one extra hit. Once we land the hit, tap right to push Sonic all the way to the left side of the screen and then charge up another spin dash. You'll land another hit, but Sonic will lose all his rings on this one. Quickly hold left and then tap jump, which should get you another hit, as holding left will have sent Sonic right. Sonic should now be roughly here, where we should be able to land the final hit to end the boss. Now wait for the animal capsule to get close enough to just jump and open it, and then hold down on the D-pad. This will lower the screen, and as it does so, press right on the D-pad, which will correctly end the stage and prevent Sonic from getting crushed. Fighting Robotnik this way can be tricky as you're unable to see where Sonic is, and being inside the wall means your left and right inputs are reversed. But here's your reward. What a crazy mess this is. Finishing Act 2 in Act 1 does amazing things. It's also possible to fight Knuckles' second act boss as Sonic or Tails by using a level wrap. At the top of the zone is a slope that if you hit it like this from a spin dash, Sonic or Tails can go above the screen and get inside a wall. Once again, holding right on the D-pad will send Sonic or Tails shooting off to the left in another level wrap. Now tap left and then do 2 separate spin dashes, and then as soon as you see this blue pulley, jump, and now you should be in Knuckles' boss fight as either Sonic or Tails. Likewise, Knuckles can also go on to Sonic and Tails' second act boss fight as Super or Hyper Knuckles. Using a spinning top, carefully take this thing out to reach Sonic's path and then continue as normal through the zone. The boss fight is exactly the same, but now Tails is carrying Knuckles. Moving on to Carnival Night Zone and perhaps the craziest glitch in the whole game, known as the wheel glitch. By bouncing on these balloons like this and then touching the spinning wheel without actually being on it, Sonic's physics will be completely broken. Now, extremely high gravitational force is applied in any given direction, which enables this entire zone to be broken in complex ways. As soon as you get the wheel glitch, charge up a spin dash and then wait for the spikes just off to the right of the screen to drop, and then release the spin dash and hold left. Keep holding left on the D-pad to make your way around this platform, which can be tricky, but this is needed to get to the next part of the glitch. As Sonic is falling towards the left side of the screen, do a quick spin dash and then hold left. As Sonic leaves the screen, spin dash again, hold left, and then 2 seconds later spin dash once more. When the camera levels out, repeatedly hold left for brief periods until you reach the mini-boss. It's possible to maintain the wheel glitch into the second act, but we'll lose the glitch if we jump. The reason this glitch works is the game still thinks we're on the wheel, which has different physics to anything else in the game. The game is programmed in a way that, in order to lose the properties of the wheel, the player has to jump off it, which we haven't done as we were never on it to begin with. For us to keep the effects of the glitch, we need to beat this mini-boss without jumping, which is tricky to say the least. First, we need to hold left while on this wall until we can safely land on the spinning spiked platform. Turn to the right and then begin spin dashing to open up the boss for attack. Now luckily when we take damage, it puts us back on the platform and enables us to roll off and bounce on top of the boss for the remaining hits. Once the boss is down and the act ends, we still have the wheel glitch in the second act and can continue breaking this zone down. This act is even more broken than the first, but requires a lot more moves to make it through quickly, but to explain it fully would take a while. So, as the controls are on screen, here are some pointers to get you through. You're able to jump off the red barrels and keep the glitch, as they only briefly override the wheel glitch and then it's cleared out. A series of spin dashes in certain directions will get you to where you need to be, and eventually you'll be clipping through this wall to end up on the anti-gravity section. Spin dash down here and then use the balloons to get up to these platforms, remembering not to jump at any point as you'll lose the wheel glitch. As before, the red barrels can be jumped from without losing the glitch. This next part requires a lot of height to make a jump up to the top, and then you need to land on the Batbot, then the ring box, and hopefully touch the rounded edge to stand on it like so. Hold left on the D-pad and Sonic will run into the wall, and as soon as the camera starts moving, let go of left. About half a second later, tap right and then left again, which should put you on the other side of this wall only Knuckles can break. Now that we're in Knuckles' section, it's pretty much a straight shot all the way to the end of the act. We can finally jump again now and into the cannon, which will take us to a ton of boosters, and once we're through all those, we'll actually end up being on Knuckles' side of this button. Jump over the button and Knuckles will appear out of nowhere, and the cutscene will begin as normal, and then it's up to fight Robotnik. This whole thing just goes to show how broken Carnival Night can be with the wheel glitch. But there are a couple of other glitches before we leave this zone. If Tails airlifts Sonic onto a cannon, Sonic can stand on top of it, do a spin dash, and eventually Sonic will hit the floor, and he'll be in a state where gravity no longer applies. The game thinks he's in the cannon, so pressing jump fires him out. Get to the passage leading to the mini-boss, then backtrack and have Tails open this gate off screen. You'll be able to go back into the main stage and immediately things will start looking odd. Stand above this anti-gravity teleporter and then look up to pan the camera. Then have Tails airlift Sonic upwards so it's off screen and then drop down. When Sonic is sent back up the teleporter, everything is now even more messed up than before, as a lot of sprites have been displaced slightly. Have a Batbot follow you into the mini-boss and its sprite art will become glitched as it's swapped out for the electricity sprites from the boss. Keep it around until the end of the act and it will disappear only to reappear as glitched out letters. And then it'll kill Sonic the minute the second act begins. Nice. As Tails, when the mini-boss is over, drop down to the ground and then hover above it, and Tails will get pushed through the ground and into a glitchy mess below. He'll keep falling until he hits the bottom of the screen and lose a life. Okay, onto Ice Cap Zone now, and here we're going to be using a glitch to break this zone too. There's a slope that you have to jump from to land on this platform. It'll begin falling, and here's where we can get what's called the slope glitch. When you stand on a sprite-based object, as it's destroyed, Sonic enters a state in which he retains the angle of the last ground plane he stood on. In this example, he maintains the steep angle of the slope and can be pushed into the wall and begin falling without resistance infinitely. This could be used to get through the entire Act 1 of Ice Cap and then some. As the ice platform begins falling, when Sonic reaches this point, begin moving right. The ice platform will slam into the wall and Sonic will now be standing on nothing. Jump down from here and then as soon as you hit the slope below, jump again. Now hold down on the D-pad until the slope ends. As soon as Sonic is thrown into the next slope, hold left on the D-pad for around 4.